Good afternoon. I'm Jay Barth, the director of the Clinton Presidential Library and Museum, and I am thrilled to welcome all of you on behalf of the three entities, the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton School of Public Service, and the Clinton Library that come together to form the Clinton Presidential Center. I want to thank the court, led by Chief Judge Baker, and its amazing staff, who are just great to work with as we continue to host a naturalization ceremony at the Clinton Center. It's truly one of the highlights of every year, and a lot of joy-filled events happen in this place, but this is at the top of the list. We offered this event at a time when we at the Clinton Presidential Center are continuing to focus on meeting the needs of those on the pathway to citizenship by offering courses in preparation for the citizenship test. Indeed, we are now in our 7th cohort of a virtual course that has helped well over 100 individuals prepare for that test that, as you all know, is a key component in the naturalization process. Finally, and most importantly, we want to congratulate and celebrate the new citizens who are at the center of the events today that are both serious but also certainly celebratory. We do ask that all our guests to keep your phones put away during the ceremony. However, an official videographer and photographer will be present to capture the events today. We hope you have a wonderful and memorable afternoon at the Clinton Center and come back soon to learn more both about our collective history and how we can use our skills and talents to make our communities and nation better places. Thank you all very much.
All rise. The United States District Court for the Eastern District of Arkansas, the Honorable Christine G. Baker, Chief United States District Judge presiding. All who have business before this honorable court draw near, give your attention, and you will be heard. May God save these United States and this honorable court. The court is now in session.
Court is now convened. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for presentation of the colors and for the national anthem. Carry colors. Forward, march. Colors. Hold. Colors. Face. Present. Colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet
colors. Left face. Forward. March. Thank you to the Little Rock Central High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard, and thank you to Judicial Harmony for singing today the national anthem. My fellow Americans, you all first may be seated. I'm proud to use the words, my fellow Americans. Ladies and gentlemen who are here to be naturalized today, you come from 18 different countries with different native languages and different ways of worship. You do not think exactly alike. And yet today, 39 of you are here together to raise your hand and swear a sacred oath. We have family members participating in today's ceremony, and I would like to recognize them. Maria Teresa Paniagua and her children, Oscar and Anna Isabel. If you would, please stand and be recognized as a family affair. There are things that make each celebration special. Thank you. For all of you, by swearing the oath, all of you will adopt the values that bind us together and demonstrate our motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. I want to take a moment to recognize and extend a thank you to the following. First, the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton, our honored speaker today. I want to thank Dr. Jay Barth, who welcomed you earlier, who's the director of the Clinton Presidential Library and Museum. I want to thank Stephanie Street and the Clinton Foundation. The staff and volunteers of the Clinton Presidential Center have also participated in today's event. In addition, I'd like to recognize the representatives from United States Congressman French Hill's office. I'd like to recognize General Wesley Clark, who is here today. In addition, United States District Judge Lee P. Rudolphy of the Eastern District of Arkansas, Chief U.S. Bankruptcy Judge Phyllis Jones of the Eastern and Western Districts of Arkansas, United States Magistrate Judge Joe Volpe of the Eastern District of Arkansas, United States Magistrate Judge Benicia Moore of the Eastern District of Arkansas. In addition, United States District Court Clerk Tammy Downs, United States Attorney Jonathan Ross, Federal Public Defender Lisa Peters, and Chief United States Probation Officer Eddie Tao, all from the Eastern District of Arkansas, along with the United States Marshal Corey Harris of the United States Eastern District of Arkansas. The United States Marshal Service and the United States Secret Service have done a lot to prepare for the event today and to keep us safe. We recognize and appreciate them. Colin Crawford, Dean of the Bowen School of Law, is here. Nancy Rousseau, Principal of Little Rock Central High School, has joined us. The National Society of Colonial Dames of America in Arkansas, along with the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Gilbert Marshall chapter, and the Little Rock Centennial chapter, always put a lot of work into these events, and that's true for today as well. In addition, Lieutenant Colonel Jacqueline Taylor, Chief Master Sergeant Delphine Crumpton, and the cadets of the Little Rock Central High School Air Force Junior ROTC prepared for their ceremony today, and we appreciate them. Little Rock Central High School Student Council officers and the senior class president and vice president will also participate in the ceremony, and we recognize and thank them. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the court will now recognize Officer Yolanda Gatewood of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Officer Gatewood.
May it please the court, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services within the Department of Homeland Security notified 39 persons representing 18 different nationalities to appear before the court this afternoon for the administration of the Oath of Allegiance proceedings. Of those so notified, one has failed to respond to the call of roll. Those failing to respond on service list number 245 is number 32. The service would respectfully move at this time that person's application be set over to a later date due to their absence.
Thank you, Officer Gatewood. That motion is granted.
23 of the persons here present before the court have requested to have their name changed in part of these naturalization proceedings. These requests appear to the service to be reasonable, and the service offers no objection. The appropriate orders have been prepared, and on behalf of the applicants, the service respectfully moves that those requests be granted as part of these proceedings.
Those motions are granted as well, Officer Gatewood.
Each of the persons here present before the court has been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Each has been found to be a person of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. Each has demonstrated a satisfactory knowledge of the history and government of the United States, and has further met the requirements of the law concerning the ability to read, to write, and to speak the English language. It is the conclusion of the service that each of the persons here present before the court is in all respects qualified for naturalization. On behalf of the government of the United States of America, I respectfully move that each of the persons here assembled be admitted to citizenship upon taking the prescribed oath of allegiance.
Thank you, Officer Gatewood. Those motions will be granted as well, and I'll administer the oath.
Thank you.
Would all those who are taking the oath please stand? Please raise your right hand. I will say the oath aloud, and if you accept the oath, you will say, "I do," at the end. You hereby declare, on oath, that you will absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or of which you have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that you will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, that you will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by law, that you will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help you God. If you attest to that, if you will repeat with me, I do. I do. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. The court will recognize Genevieve Gilbert, a staff attorney with the United States District Court, for the introduction of our new citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, when your name is called, please stand. Students from Little Rock Central High School will present you with a commemorative flag when you stand. I'll call Ms. Gilbert up to the microphone.
Your Honor, may it please the court? I'll introduce our new citizens and their countries of origin now. Saline Agul Strickland, Turkey. Kenny Adonis Flores Arguello, Honduras. Mohammad Zamshed Siddiq, India. David Yair Palos Ornelas, Mexico. Shirley Halina Caffarelli, Peru. Maria Esther Mesiag, Mexico. Kim Lei Nicholas, Vietnam. Elvis Rivas Miranda, El Salvador. Dipsy Hashbai Patel, India. Aurelio Resendez, Mexico. Miguel Ángel Tinario, Mexico. Israel Benjamin Alemán Bolanos, El Salvador. Juliana Rodriguez Gaines, Venezuela. Armin Del Mundo Figueroa, Philippines. Judy Grace Cobbs, Philippines. Jamila Dia Nimer, Jordan. Bill Chen, China. Hep Tevo, Vietnam. Edith Asher, Pakistan. Maria Fernanda Martinez Gaona, Mexico. Marshall Trigeau, France. Eleonora McCullough, Germany. Camila Flores Williams, Argentina. Christine Freeman, Canada. Asra Dad, Pakistan. Kirsty Jane Dehan, United Kingdom. Adriana T. Hernandez, Mexico. Minerva Valvodinas, Mexico. Maria Teresa Paniagua, Mexico. Oscar Paniagua, Mexico. Ana Isabel Paniagua, Mexico. Maria Patricia Ensley, Mexico. Nahid Bogani, Pakistan. Ricardo Castillo Hermosillo, Mexico. Silvia Noemi Barrientos Gonzalez, El Salvador. Oui, no, Vietnam. Mia Luce Rasso, Argentina. And Eulogio Salcedo, Mexico. Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce the 42nd President of the United States, President Bill Clinton, who will give remarks. President Clinton.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Judge Baker, thank you for your service and for officiating. I want to thank the other members of the federal government who are helping today. Yolanda and Genevieve, thank you. And all the new citizens representing 18 nations, thank you for bringing your talents, your perseverance, and your dreams to the United States. Our nation is now richer because you are a part of it. I know it is never easy leaving all behind that you've known to begin a new life somewhere else. But your energy, your imagination, and your hard work, and the support of families and friends have enabled you to make it to this day. And we welcome you. In many ways, these ceremonies are among the most important things that we do at this Presidential Center. If you come here, you can see a record of what I did and tried to do as president. You can see continuing exhibits about things that are important today. Or if it's the dinosaurs, things that were important tens of millions of years ago. But there is nothing more important than what people still decide to do with their lives, their minds, and their hearts every new day. A naturalization ceremony will restore the faith that we can overcome any challenge if we hold true to our values. You represent the newest chapter in a very old story. America's diversity has always been our greatest strength. 7 of the 39 members who signed the Constitution, which you just swore to protect and defend, were immigrants. 8 of the 36 signers of the Declaration of Independence on July the 4th, 1776, which we will celebrate the 250th birthday of just next year, were immigrants 250 years ago. In the last 2.5 centuries, people from every corner of the globe have come here and made America the greatest experiment in representative democracy in history, based on 2 simple ideas. We should all live under the same set of rules, and our differences are very important, but our common humanity matters more. You are becoming citizens at a moment when our existence as a pluralistic and multicultural society is being tested. And the same thing is happening all over the world, where people are fighting about whether they should draw in and stick with their own kind or reach out to a world full of possibilities. We have debates now over travel bans, the detention of citizens and legal residents, the elimination of asylum and refugee resettlement programs, and other policies that are closing America's doors at the very time when we need to open them wider. We have dramatically cut foreign and humanitarian aid, something I disagree with and have worked hard to advance over the last 25 years since I left the White House. That will make conditions worse for people in need all around the world. At the same time, we say it ought to be harder to come here. You are the winning argument. You, every one of you. And I want you to think about this every day, because citizenship carries with it certain responsibilities. You just swore an oath to them. But the most important thing you will do every day is to come in contact with people who may have never met anybody from where you came from, may have different religious convictions, may have different political convictions, but they will see you as the promise of America. Through the lives you live, the contributions you make, you can change the future, one person at a time, simply by being who you are. Proud of where you came from and still proud to be an American. You can make our economy, our communities, our democracy, and our children's future brighter. I live now most of the time in New York State, where we have an enormous percentage of immigrants from all over the world, but among other things, the highest percentage of Kosovar Albanians outside of Kosovo. General Wes Clark, when he was working on peace in Bosnia, and later as the NATO commander, helped to guarantee the lives of the people there, so more of them are coming here. We now have, within 5 miles of where I live, 6 new restaurants. There's a Mexican restaurant. There's an Italian restaurant. There's the steakhouse. And 3 others. They're all really good. And every single one of them is run by a Kosovar Albanian. That wouldn't happen anywhere else but our country. It's not uncommon for me to be in my local grocery store and have someone come up to me and say, "The United States saved my family when you were president. We wouldn't be alive if you weren't here." How in the world it can be bad for us to embrace people from around the world who have these stories to tell, who want to raise their families and work hard. We have several among you who are from Vietnam. When in 1995, 30 years ago, we normalized our relations with Vietnam after a long and bloody war and brought them into all these organizations we were part of. I was sitting one day with the Prime Minister of Vietnam because it was right next to the United States in the alphabetical order. And he looked at me and he said, "You know, I lost my brother in that war. And I'm glad that the American president is now someone who opposed it." I thanked him and I said, "But don't forget, whether we supported or opposed it, we were not trying to dominate Vietnam. We didn't want you to be a colony. We were worried then about whether communism would spread throughout Southeast Asia." And he said, "I know that." And by the late 1990s, our strongest ally among all the Asian nations in the Asian Pacific Leaders Group was Vietnam. We found a way to make peace and to build a future. Why? because we thought we should all live under the same set of rules, and because we thought our common humanity was more important than our interesting differences. I've been to every country that you hail from, and I feel that. I could tell you stories about Mexico till tomorrow morning, about Turkey, about all kinds of things. But it's always essentially the same story. We are for good or evil. The question is open, the canary in the coal mine. If America preserves and enriches its democracy, if we preserve and advance our commitment to fair treatment and inclusion, the future is bright. Many people are worried about artificial intelligence displacing jobs. It will, but it will create a lot of jobs too. We will all have to learn how to deal with it. We will learn much better if we feel sure that our rights, our safety, the integrity of our families, and the future of our children are safe. You too will be part of that. There are 500,000 open jobs in manufacturing today in the United States. I don't think we need fewer immigrants. I think we need more. Should they obey the rule of law? Yes. If they bring drugs into the country, should we escort them away? Yes. If they hurt people? Yes. But the truth is that immigrants are much more likely to start new jobs. 40+% of the biggest companies in America were started by first or second generation immigrants. We need you. And there are all kinds of interesting possibilities. See this man here looking at me? He's supposed to be looking at you to make sure you don't stand up and try to shoot me or something. He's my Secret Service agent. Almost 25 years ago, and given a month or so, no, 26 years ago, he became an American citizen. He's a native of France. They're everywhere, the immigrants. I feel strongly about this, and perhaps you should have somebody talking to you who reflects today's headlines, but I know we are a better country when we say, whatever your religious faith, if you don't want to hurt anybody else, we welcome you to come here and practice it. Whatever your nationality, as long as you follow the law and show up and work hard and pay your taxes and do all the things that are burdens of citizenship, we're glad you're here. This little ceremony, because of all the controversy now raging in the press about immigration, this little ceremony is one of the most important things happening in the United States today. I want you to be proud of this. You are part of an old, old heritage, and we need you. And just remember, every time you make a new friend, shake a new hand, know a new person, you are helping to preserve and strengthen the American dream. And if somebody asks you why you believe in this, tell them this is a place where you are free to chase your own dreams, where everybody is supposed to live under the same set of rules, and where our differences make life a lot more fun and productive because our common humanity matters most. That is a legacy that I am convinced you will leave to our country in a way that blesses all of us. I have 3 grandchildren. They know more about geography than I did when I was 3 times their age. My daughter read the Quran and the Torah in total when she was 15, from start to finish. And she then started reading the major text of other faiths. And it's blessed her life. And she raised her children to respect different people from different cultures. We have been blessed because we were not afraid of difference, because we embraced it, because we saw a humane person behind every different color of skin, shape of the eyes, accent and the voice. We saw it. Nothing has changed except in periods of great insecurity. We become vulnerable and we become afraid of the other, and we become eager to blame someone else for our own problems. You are here today because you said, I don't want to blame anybody for my problems. I want to take responsibility for my future. Unleash me from the past and let me be free to work to build a future for myself and the children I have or hope to have, and the future I hope to build. That's what we're really celebrating here today. So I thank you, Your Honor. I thank especially my friend General Clark, who lost 3 good friends when we were trying to bring peace to Bosnia. They fell off a mountain road, and their car careened down and caught on fire, and he followed them down the mountain and burned his hand trying to tear the door open to save people who were just there to make peace, who wanted nothing else. That's what I want people to think of America again. And that's what you can help come to pass. This is still a very great country. And like every other country, it is human. We'll make mistakes and we'll do great things. But our charge is to get up tomorrow and do better than we did today. And just remain focused on the future, committed to equality and human rights, to the rule of law, and the wisdom of our Constitution, which said, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. And that's the last thing I would say. People may want to give up on you, don't let them do it. But don't give up on others either. We will never be perfect, but every day we can be better. And when that Constitution was written, that's what more perfect union meant. It meant we're not perfect, we will never be perfect, it is not part of the human condition, but we can always do better. You are the symbol of better. Thank you for joining our country.
Thank you, President Clinton. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll be seated just one moment. I have a few closing comments. Thank you, President, for those moving remarks and for attending the ceremony today. It's a lovely space to have a ceremony like this. We very much appreciate it. Today's ceremony is a celebration and it's a renewal. It's a celebration of your choice and hard work at becoming a citizen. Unlike many who were born citizens, you have the distinct privilege and honor of having made a choice to become an American. The distances you have traveled, the obstacles you have overcome, and the efforts you have made to put down roots here should be sources of pride and satisfaction to you and your families. This ceremony is also a renewal. Today, with you, the American dream is reborn. Renewal is reflected in the fact that America is constantly reinventing what America means. You have traveled this road to citizenship, and you have no doubt heard and discussed what it means to assimilate to your new country's customs and ways. But one thing that we as Americans must continue to acknowledge and celebrate is that the individuals who choose to become Americans bring with them their traditions, their words, their phrases, their food, their art, and that has made for a delightful diversity. It has enriched all of our lives. We, the people, are stronger because we are different. We are born of immigrants. That is our nation's history. You will not and should not forget your history and your past. But you are now Americans. You've got obligations as citizens to do your part to make this a more perfect union. And I am absolutely confident that you will do your part. Together we, all of us, constitute the government of this country. That is what a robust and enduring democracy is. It is not some power outside of ourselves, but it is rather the power of government in us, the people, including those here in this room. I hope that you will honor your citizenship and continue to enrich America through service to our nation. By service to our nation, I mean exercise your right to be heard on matters of concern to you. Vote in every election. When asked to do so, perform your duty as a member of a jury. Follow our laws, but also engage with your communities to speak up for what you believe in. Keep informed of current events and develop your own opinions on matters of public concern. Practice your religion and respect the right of others to do the same. Start or continue a business or a career to better your life and the lives of your children. Embrace education as a way to achieve your goals and to see those around you achieve theirs. I hope you take the idea of service to heart and that you are active participants in the next chapter of America's history. Our system of self-government depends on ordinary citizens doing the hard work of staying informed, staying involved, speaking out when something is not right, helping fellow citizens and neighbors when they need a hand, and coming together to shape our country's course. Please use the power that is now vested in you to advance the causes of freedom, equality, liberty, and justice for all. You will set an example for all of us because you know how precious those things are. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Stephanie Street to lead us in the first Pledge of Allegiance for you as citizens. if you will. Please stand and raise your right hand. Our
I
flag is
pledge
here.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Street. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is adjourned, but I ask that everyone please remain seated while the President takes a photo with our newest citizens. Please do not take any photos or videos with your phones at this time. You'll have time to do that in just a moment. But if everyone could remain seated, and President Clinton, if you would come up for a photo with this group. I'm going to trust our photographers to tell us what we are to do.